if you are being cheated on for straight 8 years, like each and every year, there's something that you're finding out. So for me, that's definitely a waste of time. And I think it also disturbed me a lot emotionally. I was at a point where I put this woman at a pedestal. I valued her more than anything. My career didn't matter anymore. I would lose auditions, like not attending auditions, not being social with my friends. I even lost my relationship with my mom. As time went by, nah, man, these things, they keep on happening, guys calling, the flirting on social media, and, every time I would find out something, there's always this one guy who's constantly on her DMs, let's meet up this time, or if I don't find that, it's it was really, really nice being with you. But I also realized that you can never change a person who's a cheater. Like for her, to me, she was a serial cheater, and there was nothing I could have done.
The show is Engineer Your Life, and I'm Lungelo KM. You obviously clicked on this episode because there is a growth conversation that you're interested in consuming today. So thank you so much for being part of the family. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, and just don't forget to leave us a constructive comment that contributes to the conversation that we are having today. Without taking up any more time, Mr. Simphiwe Jack Mabaso. In fact, when I saw that name, I was like, okay, what are we dealing with here?
Yeah.
It's very loaded with a TV character. So I was like, could he be anything similar to this?
A lot of people have been asking me the same thing.
Sure.
And I don't know how many times I have been trying to hear this whole thing that is the real Jack Mabaso. Right? But then this is the real Jack Mabaso, Simphiwe Jack Mabaso.
Brother, how's your heart today?
I think I'm in a better space compared to 6 months ago, And also, I think the entertainment industry has made me a better person too, It's true what they say, that the more you work on yourself, it's the more you're going to make yourself happy. So I'm in a space where I'm just focused on work and try to put my emotions aside.
What happened 6 months ago? Seems to be quite heavy, because you're saying you're in a better space than you were 6 months ago. We might as well go there.
To be quite honest, I was in a position where I wasn't sure where I was going, Well, obviously in terms of my acting career, I was quite sure that this is the journey that I'm going to take, and I'm going to continue with it up until the end, But obviously, me growing up, especially on my high school days, I've always told myself that I want a relationship at a younger age. When I get to 30, I want to get married, So I look at everything as this has been a waste of time for me, I've had my relationship for like 8 years now, and I have to say it has been a waste of time. Sure. I've wasted my early 20s being loyal to a relationship that wasn't truthful to me, to be quite honest, because I could have done a lot of things. I could have explored with other people, maybe I could have met better people, or maybe I could have met other people who could have taught me better on how to date a woman.
You feel like you wasted 8 years because you used that word.
Yes, it was a waste of time for me. I don't want to lie. I mean, if you are being cheated on for straight 8 years. Like each and every year, there's something that you're finding out. So for me, that's definitely a waste of time. And I think it also disturbed me a lot emotionally. I was at a point where I put this woman at a pedestal. I valued her more than anything. My career didn't matter anymore. I would lose auditions, like not attending auditions, not being social with my friends. I even lost my relationship with my mom because she was trying to warn me about something, but because I was always protective of this person, I lost that relationship. But I don't regret my decision of protecting that person at the time, because if you're gonna accuse her of something without proof, definitely I will protect her, and I would still do it even with the next person.
8 years ago was 2017-ish.
Yeah.
When the relationship started.
Yes.
Take me back to that first date.
It's crazy. So this is me. I'm coming out of the gym. I was with Ndalo Kunene, the one who's playing Cikizwa on adulting.
Yeah.
So he coming from the gym. As we walk out, boy, beka lo mntwana ekade ngimfuna mfana
Yeah.
It's like, boy, yazi ukuthini, athi ngivaye mina kusasa sohlangana kusasa ejimini when izinto yenzayo ngithi okay, sure boy. I meet this girl, me and her, we like kick it off, we talk, everything is smooth, we exchange numbers, we start talking on WhatsApp and everything is just so smooth, and then later I meet her, I get like my first kiss. Oh, it felt like heaven. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And right there, I knew this was a woman I wanted to settle with, I think also
on the first day.
On the first day,
sure,
brother. On the first day. I think on day number 3, we kind of like tested the water just to see if everything is cool or what, and she was really, really happy. I remember her telling the friend that nah, the guy is good, I don't want to lie, I'm not disappointed and everything. So but also on our first month when we started the whole dating thing, I think that's where I could have like picked up the red flags, because I remember she was writing her exams at university. So she was like to me, listen, I'm going to varsity to study. I'm with my friends. I'm going to come back the following day. Only to find out weeks later she went to a varsity crush, to study there. I don't know what happened. I can't say they did anything, but
you don't know what was being studied.
I don't know if she was being studied or they were actually studying.
Yeah.
But what I know, they were there together.
Sure.
So
first month in, there was dishonesty.
Definitely. Yeah.
And you knew about it?
I knew about it. I always had my way of finding out. Trust me, I always had my ways. I'm not gonna disclose how, but I always found out about it. So yeah, I found out about it. I did confront her about it. She tried to be overprotective about it. But if it's like the first month of you guys dating, you wouldn't really take it that serious.
So you let it
slide.
Though
it's a red flag that you need to recognize that, hey, okay, this happened while you guys were dating. But I was able to give it a chance to say, okay, maybe as time goes by, she's definitely going to change, So as time went by, man, these things, they keep on happening, guys calling, the flirting on social media, and, every time I would find out something, there's always this one guy who's constantly on her DMs, let's meet up this time, or if I don't find that, it's it was really, really nice being with you and everything.
How are you finding her DMs? You searched her phone.
I was that guy.
Okay.
I was that guy. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not gonna justify it and say it was okay. It's not okay to invade in someone else's privacy, but at a time when we were starting, so I lost her trust on that first month when she did that thing with the crush from varsity. Then I was no longer like sure what is really happening, if I should trust her. I wanted to find something that would say, okay, I can trust her. Or maybe I could find something that would say, no, I'm taken. I have a boyfriend now. I don't want to talk to you. But every time I would just, find out, it has always been, take my number. No, we can meet up. Oh, thank you. It was nice, all those things. So yeah, it was a lot. I'm not going to lie.
This is a paid advertisement from BetterHelp. These days, workplace stress is becoming one of the biggest reasons so many of us are feeling overwhelmed. In fact, 61% of the global workforce is experiencing higher than normal levels of stress. To battle stress, most of us can't wave goodbye to work, but we can start small with the focus on wellness. For me, simple things like sitting in a warm patch of sunlight when I can, or walking in an incline to clear my mind, really help me reset. Yes, a holiday can offer relief, but it's not a long-term solution. When it comes to managing stress, therapy is a powerful tool that can help you navigate whatever challenges the workday or any day brings. Therapy can help you build healthy coping skills, set boundaries, and become more grounded and self-aware. It's not just for those going through something intense. Everyone deserves the space to grow and heal. That's where BetterHelp comes in. With over 5,000 therapists in the UK and more than 5 million people served globally, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform. It has an impressive 4 out of 9.5 rating in the App Store based on over 1.7 million reviews. It's flexible and convenient too. You can connect to the UK-based therapist from wherever you are in the world. And you're free to switch therapists anytime to find the best match for you. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Unwind from work with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/engineer your life. That's betterhelp.com/engineer your life. Let's get back into the episode. The first year continues. You are finding these DMs. Does it continue that same way, or does things stabilize and you are happier?
Look, man, she was really good with getting to me, but also I blame it on me that at that time I was a simp, I was too much of a nice guy, basically, always perfect. I want to buy the gifts for her birthday, I want to celebrate Valentine's. I want to write letters about 4 to 5 pages, I want to express myself writing like those long paragraphs. And to be quite honest, ladies, they get bored of such things. Ladies, they crave something that they
dangerous.
Never get, something dangerous, something wild.
Yeah.
But for me, I was always available. That's also another thing. Like 24/7. Like when she comes back, wherever she's coming from, I was always available, And obviously, when something is too available, you don't appreciate it, So I didn't give her much time for her to literally miss me. So it was quite easy for her to want to find other excitement, like outside. So there was a time where I confronted her about the whole situation, and she cried in tears, like begged me, and she was like, I'm so sorry, I cheated on you. I didn't know what I was losing. Like, I've been having this gold in front of me, and I can now see that I'm not appreciating it. And like, as a guy, okay, like for me, my biggest weakness is seeing my girl cry. When I see her like crying right now, damn, let's forget about everything. Let's fix it now. I'm sorry, baby. I promise. Whatever that you're crying about, I'll fix it for you. We're gonna be okay. Just calm down. Just calm down. Let me hug you. Let's watch something together. It's Netflix and chill. We are happy and everything. Then boom, few days later, she goes back to this same guy. So now it's lockdown.
Okay, yeah.
It's lockdown.
So we're about 3 years in.
Yeah. It's lockdown. I just had my fight with my family, specifically my dad, So my dad is like, you know what, boy, just see for yourself. Don't ever enter this house anymore. just go to your outside room. Yazi mose lokishini ukuthi kunjani.
Yeah,
It's like the main house,
Nema
and
back
then
room, yeah.
it's also like a back room.
Yeah.
So I have like my own back room there. So I'm not working. That's number one. I don't know how to fend for myself, like getting grocery. I don't even have like a stove to cook, things like that. I don't even have a kettle and stuff. The mother-in-law knows about the situation. She comes to the party, she buys me all these stuff.
To your girlfriend's mother?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
She buys me cooking stuff. She buys me grocery. She buys me clothes. She gives me money to go for auditions. She literally took care of me like I was her own son. And for her, my girlfriend, I think that was a ticket for her to take advantage of the whole situation.
I hear you.
That the guy's not going anywhere. I mean, I take care of him, If he's gone now, he doesn't know where he's gonna eat and things like that. So there's this one guy from her village back in Limpopo, They kept on talking and talking and talking, and I kept on telling her that this thing is too much, man. What's happening here? I think this one is going too far. Why are you guys sharing so much information that I don't even know about yourself? They keep on talking, and now it's her birthday. She's dressing up and everything. She goes to this guy, and to spend her birthday with the guy.
When she's dressing up, she's leaving from your place, or where she?
So at that time, it was literally before the lockdown was strict.
Yeah.
So on her birthday, she was bathing from her place. I was also there. I was happy. We were singing and everything. Makeup. And then she leaves. She goes to this guy, The reason why I know that she went to this guy, it's because she made a call, to say, I'm coming. And I did hear the whole call and everything.
Yeah,
and I even saw the conversations
Yeah.
that I'm on my way, baby. Hey, I can't wait to spend time with you, So she's gone. Ding. Me, I'm left in the house because the mother-in-law did give me like an access for me to go in the house, cook, eat something, and literally do whatever that I want to do. Even if I want to watch TV, I had that privilege, to just try and, peace out.
Sure.
Okay, she goes, I'm thinking a lot. I mean, she's not back. I'm stressing at the same time. I'm trying to keep my cool because if I go now, where will I go? Where will I eat? I don't even have a job. She comes back. And then a few days later, she says to me, she's going to her friend, she's going to come back later. And then she goes, now it's around 10 p.m. I'm at her house waiting for her. I'm so worried. I think maybe something happened to her. I even tell the mother, hey, she's not back yet. I think something happened because she said to me she's going to the friend, Or usually she calls and tell that, hey, this is what is happening. Because if I knew she went to the guy, I would probably not told the mom that, listen, your child is not around. I was probably going to keep quiet because I know that already she's cheating on me.
Yes.
So I'm worried. I thought something happened.
Sure.
Honestly, I'm panicking. I tried to call the friend and everything. I even took a long walk, about 3 kilometers walk to the friend's place. I go there. I ask the friend, hey, where's the girl? I mean, she said she's coming to you. And then the girl tries to defend her. Yeah, she was here, but she said she's going back and things like that. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm worried. She's not back. What if something happened?
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking of police station and stuff. And then I go back to the mom, and then the mom is like, nah, just relax. She's probably going to come back and everything. Brother, 10 p.m., 12 p.m., I'm waiting. I'm not sleeping. I'm even standing by the gate. It's 3 a.m. I'm still standing by the gate, hoping that she would, show up. Brother, I'm even crying in tears. I'm thinking probably something happened to my girlfriend. I'm calling. The call is not picked up. I'm calling. The call is now dropped. Now the reality starts to sink. Okay, the call is now dropped, Okay.
So the call is being rejected.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I send the WhatsApp messages. My WhatsApp messages were read, Now, I'm starting to see what's happening. It's 5 a.m. in the morning. I haven't slept, nothing, I'm like, dang, what's happening? Is it really, really happening now, And now it's 9 a.m. in the morning. As she comes, still wearing the same clothes,
Yeah, man.
When she walks in, the mother-in-law is like, Jack was worried about you. Where were you? What's going on? Why didn't you call and everything? And then she was like, I don't understand why he's trying to be my security, I don't need that in my life. She said a lot of rude things and everything. I just walked out and went home and like slept it off, because wow, I didn't expect that, I felt like I was also punished, for being cheated on. And sometimes I felt like it was more punishment for being more lenient about the whole situation, So then it's the time where my mom was doing a Thanksgiving ceremony, to the ancestors. So little bit of families there. I also invite her to, my mom's place.
So this is a bit of time after this. You guys have resolved this, have forgiven each other. You've forgiven again.
Brother, like
August 17th.
For her, I just forgive now. She would like say hi, hey, and then she comes late and say, I'm sorry, I have been this terrible girlfriend.
Sure.
I'm like, no, it's fine, I'm willing to work things out. We are okay. So it's Thanksgiving. Power couple. We are dressed nice. We're going to my mom's place. When we get there, my mom is happy. Oh, makoti, hey, and also had other like family members. They are happy. How njani? We are pila godwa.
Yeah.
Okay, sharp. So she's doing all the duties of umakoti. I'm just looking at her and I'm like, this is the woman that I fell in love with. She's just too perfect. She's helping my mother. She's cleaning, she's cooking. Then my mother says to me, there's a shot garlic. Then the girlfriend is like, no, we do have garlic endlin. And then my girlfriend is like, Jack, can you go and fetch the garlic? It's okay, cool. She gives me the key. This is me running. I'm happy. With my family.
Yeah. She's integrating well.
Listen,
with
I've got everything. It felt like heaven that time. It felt like everything that I've ever dreamed about when it comes to relationship. So this is me. I'm going to a home, entering, going to the fridge. I take the garlic, and then something says to me, let me check my emails. Probably my agent sent me something, So I take the garlic, then I go to the laptop because we both shared the laptop.
Sure.
So I go to the laptop. When I open the Google, hey man, the first thing that came out was the page of her Facebook inbox and the messages that I was reading there. By just opening the laptop, before I even connect the internet, the first thing that I see there, it's baby, I'm like, guys, what's going on? I thought I was having like my own Disneyland day, I see the messages. Oh, baby, how are you? Yo, it was so damn nice. I didn't know you like it like that. It was a lot. It was a lot, honestly. It was almost like reading 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah, man.
On
her Facebook DMs.
Yeah. So I'm reading. Okay, so now I'm burning, brother. Like, it was the first time me feeling like that. I guess I was okay to accepting that, she's cheating on me. But I was never ready to accept that.
It's multiple people.
Yeah. I wanted to accept it. Yes, she's cheating. I didn't care what they are doing there. But I never thought seeing the real proof that this is really, really happening would really get to me that deep, Okay, I'm taking the garlic, I'm closing the laptop. So now I'm walking up, going back to my mom's place. I even took like the pictures of what I saw on the laptop on my phone. So when I get to my mom's place, I'm just so green, brother. I'm so green. The first thing I did, I went to her and I showed her the pictures, and I was like, and she just looked at it and ignored it and continued talking to my mom, like nothing happened, So I sat back and looked at that whole situation. When I looked at it, it was like, the fact that she's also talking to my mom, it also feels like a betrayal, I was like, nah, brother, you see there, I don't want to lie. I lost it. I pulled her aside, and dragged her outside. And I was like, just go and never look back. Like, just go. I don't want you anymore. I wasn't talking the way I'm talking right now. I was shouting, brother. I was shouting like, just go. I don't want to see you anymore. I even took the galeg, I threw it at her, like, just go. I don't want to see it anymore. How can you do this? I don't believe it. You're sleeping around. Like, I'm saying like a lot of things, and my mom is shocked. It was the first time my mom seeing me
in that state.
angry,
Yeah.
Okay, fine. She just went home, and I was there. I'm devastated next to my mom, like so angry. And then my mom tried to calm me down. Don't worry. Hey, don't worry. You'll find a better person. I didn't want it to listen to that. I only stayed for like 10 minutes. Then after 10 minutes, I went straight to her house again. Went there, started shouting again. How can you do this? How can you do this? And she was like, this is my body. I can do whatever that I want. Hey, it drove me more crazy. What? Utini wena? Utini? Like, I was just giving it. This situation where you see umakhelwane nomakhelwane balwa bonding. It was that type of a situation.
So.
Yeah, when and then abaqashi sebaphumile manje, they don't know what's happening. And this guy is boiling. I'm going back at home, and then masang fika endlini. Man, I'm not okay. Like, now I can feel it. So it was sort of like now adding up to every pain that I've ever felt in my life. I mean, this girl has been cheating on me every year. Year number 1, cheated. Year number 2, cheated. Year number 3, cheated. And it's not only like one guy.
I don't think there's a day where she wasn't cheating.
I doubt.
Ne?
I doubt.
Whether it was emotional or physical, there was always either somebody new or somebody lingering.
It's always somebody new. But I would say this particular guy that I found the 50 Shades of Grey text, they were very consistent.
Okay.
I think it went on for like 4 years. 4 years. And I knew about it, So this is me. I'm going at home. I'm boiling about the whole thing. I just found out that someone is chowing my girlfriend, I'm in my room. I mean, I'm talking about the back room. I'm not talking about just any room. Back room, very small. The only thing that I see, it's my wall, my small window, and just the door.
Yeah.
And I looked at my my training supplements there. I see 3 packs. The other ones were for liver. The other ones were multivitamins. And then there was this other pack of antibiotics, that was there. Took those pills, and I wrote a letter. I put an album that means something to me on a USB. I took sanitizer. I diluted with water, and then I went to her house. I knocked, and then she said to me, "Are you here to fight again?" Then I'm like, "Nah, I'm not here to fight. I'm here to talk, And then she opened, and then I sat down. Then I said to her, "Why are you doing this to me?" And she was like, "No, like when I'm thinking, I'll understand. Shouter, you are always, blabbing and stuff." Then I'm like, "Do I really deserve this thing? Like, have I ever like cheated on you before?" She was, "No, you've never done it, but like now, man, you are too much and stuff." Okay, how am I too much to you? So like, nah, I'm not gonna answer you. Then I asked her, "Are we done?" Then she was like, "I don't know. You decide." Then I was like, again, "Please tell me, are we done?" And then she was like, Yazutin, I don't have anything to say to you." I took the first pack of the pills that I had right in front of her. I shoveled all the pills and drank it right in front of her. And then I just went out and locked the butler, I left her there inside screaming and everything. The walk that I took, I went straight to my best friend, More than anything, I wanted to die that day. I really wanted to die in front of my friend, like my best friend. That guy, he was the only guy who was willing to listen to me. You know, anything. Like we would talk, we would, you know, voice out anything. Issues about girls, about family, about finances, about jobs, anything. So I was ready for that last talk with him. So I went to her house still carrying those pills. I mean, the first, I think inside there were like 60, you know, I've already drank them all, like 60 pills. So I have this other pack inside my pocket, you know. So I go to my friend's place, kono rich. But how rich I get? Fuck. What am I going to do now? Like, I needed this talk. Maybe he was going to convince me to not do it, you know, or maybe I'm doing a mistake, you know, because I'm also not sure about what I'm doing. But what I know for sure, because I've already started, I want to make sure that if I do it, I die for real. Like, I don't want to survive it, you know, because already I felt embarrassed that I did it in front of the girl.
Sure,
you know?
sure.
I took a long walk from Ekasi, Etembisa, to Mall of Africa, just walking, you know, zoned out with my headsets, listening to an album by Natalia Taylor. There was something about her songs that were, I don't know, man, were getting to me, you know, reminding me of everything and bringing me those emotions and deep pains that I've faced before. So I'm taking this walk, you know, I'm busy shoveling these pills one by one, you know, drinking. Everyone is panicking now. My phone is buzzing. My friends are looking for me. You know, Facebook people are posting, where is Jack? You know, what's happening to Jack? You know, my dad is like calling, my uncles are calling. You know, everybody knows now that, hey, Jack, ufuna ukuzibulala. You know, my friends are driving around looking for me. And I've made sure that the journey that I took is one journey that they will never find me. So I'm taking this walk, and now it's late, you know, around 7 p.m. You know, I'm still shoveling these pills and everything. The total pills that I took that time, it was about 160 pills, you know, that I took with water diluted with sanitizer, you know. The only thing that I felt in my body was my stomach burning, like really, really burning. You see, when you put your hands on fire like this, that burning, that's exactly what I was feeling. So now I'm tired, nothing is happening, and I'm exhausted. Like, I'm really, really exhausted. So now I'm coming back now, same distance, long distance. And then when I get home, it's around midnight hours. I can see that my dad locked my door with itrati, so that azongizwa mangena. So ngiyabona ukuthi here, if I go in, my dad will come and then start trying to save the whole situation and stuff. Then I go back. Yazi, I think for this one, for me, every time when I think about it, I find it funny. I'm a big fan of Uskumba, ne? And he always talk about these things, you know. So I go a grounding, there's a tree there, you know. I always had this rope at home. I take this rope, so I put the rope on the tree, you know, I climb on top of the tree. So when I climb on top of the tree, I you know, put the rope on my neck. So when I jump down, the whole ikaja, like this straight, feeling shy. Now I'm feeling another pain I wasn't expecting. The one laying shy on So I'm not sure if I really want to die now or what, because I tried everything. It's no longer
working. Yeah.
know? So now I go straight to my mom's house. So my dad's house and my mom's house is like 2 streets away, you know. So I go to my mom's house. My mom is there waiting for me. You know, she's worried. The other family members are there, you know. They are damn worried. So I'm there. She's asking me, are you okay? What's going on? I heard you trying to kill yourself or what? I'm like, no, I'm okay. So I sleep down. I think around 3 a.m. You know, now I'm feeling it. My body is burning. It's burning, like I'm shaking. Even, you know, I'm telling my mom now I'm not okay. Please call an ambulance, you know. So my mom is now panicking. Like, it was the first time seeing my mom, you know, really, really scared of losing me, you know. My mom was like, what's going on with my child, you know. Then the ambulance come through. I go to hospital. Then I'm there. When I get there, I don't know what happened. The only thing that I remember, it's few days later when I woke up, and then the doctors told me that I was in ICU, but I didn't stay long, you know. And they tell me that I'm really, really lucky that I survived, because number one, they had to drain the sanitizer because it was in my bloodstreams, and the pills that were there were a lot too. They just don't understand how I survived, but I did, you know. And it's crazy. The first thing that I remembered when I woke up from that hospital bed was my girlfriend, you know. Like, I'm there waking up.
And you miss her already.
I miss her so much. And obviously it was those times of, mask on and everything, coronavirus. I miss her so much. And there's no one who's there to see me, brother. I'm alone. I'm with other casualty in hospital, you know. Phela ama nurses wase wama public hospital. Wenzani lo ufuna ukuzibulala? Yini wena? You know, and then you just sitting there, uyaqhawulanyana ubheke phansi, so, habhisi bamkhoma uyayibulala. Ufuna sikunika ibanana. Usofuna ukudla manje, usofuna ukufa. Like they just making the whole situation worse.
Wow.
And like they just bring these therapists,
Sure.
The other ones, they are so judging. Manje wena uthi kwenzakalani? Amantombazana angaka bhuti. Ufuna ukuyibulala wena. It's hayi indaba bekunzima yani. I'm like, nah, I don't want this therapy. I don't need it. I'm like,
sure.
I'm like, okay. Then there's this other lady that came through, man. Oh, that lady made me feel so better. What's going on? Talk to me. I'm like, hey, I'm going through a lot. Don't worry, it's gonna be okay. Just focus on yourself. Just work on yourself. Just focus on your career. Just go to the gym. Just forget about the whole relationship. And look, I was supposed to stay there for at least 2 weeks for them to even decide that, you know what, now you can go.
You're capable.
But for me already, I was like, nah, I need to go. I can't stay here. I need to go. They're like, are you okay? I'm like, I'm good. I'm 100%. Like, can you see me? I'm smiling and everything. They're like, okay, I'm going to call the doctor to check on you first. If you're okay, they're going to release you.
Sure.
I'm like, okay, cool. Thank you so much. Okay, the doctor comes and then she's like, I'm not, don't worry. She's okay. She can go, Then I go, I take a taxi. The first house I went to.
It's your girlfriend's.
It's my girlfriend's. I go there and guess what, brother? When I got there, it's me apologizing for everything.
You are apologizing.
I'm apologizing. I'm so sorry that I had to do all of this. I know, I wasn't supposed to do it. I know I traumatized you and everything. Can we please fix this? Can we please work it out? I don't care what people will say. Let's do this. We are hugging. She's crying. I'm so sorry. I couldn't even come to the hospital to see you. I was so scared of your parents, and things like that. I'm like, okay, don't worry. You don't have to apologize. I'm here now. We can do this, baby. We are together, Okay, we are together. We are hugging and everything. Yazi, there's nothing so painful like attempting a suicide, ne? And survive it. Then come back, Gekas. They will eat you alive. They will eat you alive. Every corner I turn, everyone is looking at me like, is this guy crazy? What's happening with him? And I remember this one time I was going at home because between me and the girlfriend is like a few streets away, So I was coming from my girlfriend. And when I was passing by the corner, I could hear my name. Like, oh, Jack. Then they're laughing. And I'm like, nah, man, they're talking about me. It's sort of like a tavern up by the corner. So I come closer to listen, How Jack is shiman, shiman. And you 200, Quah. They're laughing. Hey, what is the sanitize? Quah. I'm like, damn, brother. Now it's hitting me for real that this is really, really happening. I go to the gym. They're talking about it too. Hey, they're laughing. But more than anything, I'm going to have to be honest. I think the jokes that they were making in the gym, they kind of made it better, I healed faster than I thought, And
you found humor in the pain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, and also I have to say my friend Ngululego and my former friend Ntlanhla Kunene, they came to the party. they would take me some so lona so nyama, and just talk about it. And they would be straightforward with me. Utantwana ubhedile mfana. Awuyenzi lento lo yenzayo. Ngiyeke uzozibulalela utshela botshela bagcwele kanje. Phuma kulo mntwana. Ngiyeke. From that for that particular moment, I would take the advice. But as soon as I go home, I forgot about everything, So it's me and the girl. We are okay now. We're trying to fix things and everything. She goes back again.
How long after that incident where you tried to take your life did she go back to cheating? Or did you find out that she's still cheating?
A month later,
Yeah.
she went back to the same guy. A month later, she went back to the same guy. So this is what was happening now. So every time we would have like arguments, she would send me screenshots of all the guys that she's cheating with and say, these are the guys that put you in ICU. These are the guys that you tried to kill yourself for, and then laugh it off. So she knew how to get to me when she wanted to, and I think it got to a point where she was well aware, that I wasn't going to go anywhere. I love her. I idolize her. I would do anything for her, And look, man, the cheating never stopped. I remember when she first got employed on this other company. Within the first month of employment, she forgot about me and dated a guy from work, And it was crazy because when the whole cheating happened, she was making the calls right in front of me. Like, yeah, I'm going to see you. Hey, hi, I love you. Bahlek and everything, And maybe sometimes even gossip about me. Lona, we are rasa, things like that. And, brother, it was just so crazy. And the contract ended on that company. So I don't know if they continued with that guy or what. Because even for that guy, he had a girlfriend. So me and the girlfriend, we ended up talking on Facebook that, hey, listen, our partners are cheating on us.
Yeah.
And then obviously the girl did her own confrontation. But she did fix things with the guy, and I also fixed things with this one, But there was a lot of distance, She was no longer there anymore. She wasn't a person who's communicative, I think also what I've realized is that I was only needed for the process, I was only needed for me to be there when she's busy chasing her dream in varsity and also her getting the job. Because when the contract ended, that's when the relationship came back, and we started dating and everything, until again, she got employed and she forgot about me. Again. This time she never set foot in my house. She never came. I think what took the cup and one thing that made me to say enough is enough was when she started dating the guy who's renting at her house, At first, when they came to me to say, hey, Jack, lalela mfethu,
sorry, she has a house or Gubo?
No, Gubo.
She has like her family home.
Yes.
Has back rooms, tenants. And then she's dating one of the tenants.
She's dating one of the tenants. So every time I would see them, they're drinking alcohol, like as tenants, basically. And I would say, no, it's fine. They're just drinking. I mean, I understand. This guy is a tenant. This guy has kids. This guy has a girlfriend, This guy used to have a wife, Somebody comes to me and say, hey, Joe, uyadlelwa laphayana. Uyadlelwa. Kanjani? Phela lo mntwana lo wakho lona ulande i-girlfriend lalo mjida lona amtshela ukuthi ahlukane naye because manje seyabajola naye. And bathi i-girlfriend yambuza ukuthi what about uJack? Athi hayi uzoba date boy 2. Hlukana naye uzokula la. Ngithola. Athi hayi no, that's impossible, Until I saw it for myself, It was the day her mom went to the village. So she was also trying so hard to hide everything from the mom, So the moment her mom left at that very particular day, she went to the guy's room and they were locked inside. So how did I find out? I'm trying to call. I'm there. I'm looking for her. I mean, she's not there like the whole day, I'm wondering, where is she? And then when I go to the back room, I hear her voice. And these people are talking about sex. And they are locked inside the room. It like, I didn't care if it happened or it didn't happen. The fact that you guys are locked inside the room and you guys are that comfortable to talk like that about sex. And also because people have been
Telling
warning
you,
me
yeah.
that get away from this woman, get away. And I was so stubborn. Hi, I'm going there. I'm like knocking. I'm shouting again. Like I just became this guy who's always shouting now,
Yeah,
always shouting. And it's crazy. I'm shouting like this because I'm trying to, have the relationship that I know I can never have. So I'm shouting. Oh, ngenza islima kanje. Yini into lo yenza. So she comes out, said, no, we are just drinking. And then she goes back there, lock it. I go home. Mangifika endlini ngiyabila. I'm boiling. I'm like, nah, I think this guy ngathi uyangijwayela manje, yabona. So I go back there. When I go there, the door is open. When I get inside, azange ngibuze. Ngavuthela the guy, ne? I'm not gonna justify those actions and say I was right. I mean, it's the girl's fault. It's not the guy's fault. It's the girl's fault. So yes, I was physical that day, and it ended badly because now, after everything that I did to the guy, the girl advised the guy to open a case. And guess who's the person who came with the police at home? It was her, right in front of my dad. My dad was shocked. Like, what's going on now? So to me, it was like, you are cheating on me. At the same time, you want to throw me
in jail.
Exactly. That's how I felt. That's how I felt. I cried that time. I cried. But because of my dad, he did help me with that whole situation, because now it got to a point where I was supposed to go and apologize to the guy. So I took my car and my dad, went to the guy and apologized. The guy even said to Uti, listen, I didn't want to open a case. I wanted you to come and apologize because I know you are a good guy.
But she was pushing me.
Yeah. I know you are a good guy and everything. I apologize, brother. Like, one thing about me is that I would make a mistake right now and also realize very quickly that I was wrong. So my apology to the guy, it was very genuine. Although I didn't appreciate the fact that I was made a fool. I'm always walking in that house looking for her, and sometimes I would find them together there, only for them to make me look like a fool, not only to me, but also to the community around. Because now you are walking on eggshells, people are talking about you to say, Lomitloba means slim alapayan. So I apologized and everything, and the case was dropped. And it's just crazy how much I always go back to this girl, even if it's like that. But one thing that I've learned and I've mastered was to be able to give her like friendship and avoid any form of emotional attachment. I started distancing myself, working on myself more, like on my acting career and everything. And when things started looking bright, I started to forget about everything that I went through. And also, the more I realized how many women want me out there, it's the more I got to realize
your value.
Exactly, my value. That, you know what, I can get literally any woman that I want. And I've been testing waters, man, and it has been going so well. And I've been keeping my distance, and here I am today.
When did you break up officially?
6 months ago.
Whom do you, rather, why do you think you lost yourself so much and wanted to define your identity around having a relationship with her?
I always say this to people, that I think also another thing that helped me out with the whole situation is the fact that I had to go and study life coaching. I always say this to people, that a relationship is like a career. You need to make your choice very wise. For a relationship to work, it needs a lot of time, energy, and emotions. So if you find yourself investing more in a relationship, you will find yourself forgetting about your dreams and aspiration. And that was me, you know. I put this person at a pedestal. I valued this person more than I valued myself. I loved this person more than I loved myself. I worshipped this person more than anything. She meant everything to me. I would stop everything. I would go broke myself for her to be okay. I would go extra miles for her to have that smile. I would do anything to prove myself that I'm better than the other guys. I would work on my body to look way too sexy that she doesn't cheat on me. And in most cases, when I find her cheating on me with a slim guy, I always question myself.
What does she want?
I mean, like, I'm sexy.
Yeah.
Well, what's going on? I'm loving. I'm not even cheating. I'm a loyal guy, and things like that. Like, why is she doing this to me? And I'm not gonna say I never cheated. By the way, I'm not gonna say I never cheated. There was a time we broke up. The funny thing about me and her is that we never break up. We break up, but we never break up.
Yeah, I hear you.
So we broke up. 2 weeks later, I met this amazing, gorgeous girl. She's crazy about me. She posts about me, Or rather, let me say we started posting each other like on social media, because there I thought I was moving on from the whole situation. It was after the whole suicide thing, So me and this girl, we go to this amazing place, Granite, I'm buying, we are happy, we are taking pictures, and she's calling, buzzing. Yeah, I see you guys. You are there at Granite. She's crying. The mother is also calling me. How can you do this after everything that we did for you? We provide for you. We do this. Then now you are cheating. You are doing it. I don't care, brother. I'm having the best time of my life. The first time I feel free, and I'm with a woman that really appreciates me.
Yeah.
Like, that girl was hot.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. At the same time, she did appreciate me. I'm not going to lie. So the problem with the relationship that I had was the clash of text that I used to have with my ex, So, those conversations that you guys have before breaking up. I love you, everything, but, we have to, but I miss you, though. I'm not sure, and everything, And maybe she comes to my house, take pictures while I'm sleeping and everything. While I was still dating the other girl, she comes through to my house, and then she's very adamant about sleeping over. I'm like, it's fine. I'm sending Ndalo. So I face the other direction. She's there. She takes pictures while I'm sleeping, only to find out she wanted those pictures just to send to that girl. So now it's the altercation between the two girls. Now they're exchanging words on social media, on WhatsApp. They're now talking. So the girl is sending the other girl my pictures, even my naked pictures, by the way, sending to that girl. Yeah, I was with him. You see, I was sleeping next to him. Look at the conversations. We were talking just a few days ago and everything. Now the other girl is breaking. She has been through a lot too, She has been through a lot too, to the point that the whole situation that is happening is opening her wounds too. She's breaking.
Yeah.
She came all the way from where she was staying to my house, to really sort this thing out. And apparently I didn't know that they also planned together that they're going to meet up and talk about this whole thing, And now I'm just there. I'm explaining, no, listen, me and her, we broke up. Like, what we are having right now, it's something that I want. I mean, I even posted pictures of ourselves on Facebook. We even opened like a Facebook page, of me and her, like our names there, and it was getting like followers and stuff, And like, I'm trying to explain that I'm moving on. Like, don't believe everything that she's saying, because I remember she went as far as saying that she's HIV positive. She has been living with it for a very long time. So the guy's gonna make you sick. She sent pictures from the internet, to say, so these are my pills that I'm taking and everything. So this guy, has been lying to both of us and everything. The girl got mad and angry. She demanded that I go do HIV test. I went same time I did HIV test. I showed her, so you see, everything is negative. She's lying to you. Why would she say we are HIV positive while it was not even like that, So now I'm trying to justify that, but I have a proof. HIV negative, this person is lying. She doesn't want me and you to have this relationship, It became a huge thing to the point that we had to end the whole relationship, Still talking about my own cheating. The second cheating was when we were still trying to date, post after the whole suicide thing, I did it intentionally. I wanted to cheat. She didn't find out about it. I was mad. I made sure that she finds out.
Yeah.
I showed her. I was like, hey, so I'm cheating on you. You see, this is the girl. She was at my house, And she was like, she started crying and everything. And so I was like, oh, I'm happy to see that pain.
Yeah,
I've been feeling it, I'm happy to see that pain. Now I see it. It's spoiling inside you. She's crying and everything, and oh, it was just a lot, brother. It was just a lot. And I'm just glad now I'm at a position where I'm like, I don't want that relationship anymore. Even if she can come back now and say, I've changed, I want it, I know it's going to open up all those wounds. Brother, I've experienced something that I never thought I would experience in my life, my entire life, because of a relationship. If I chose to focus on my career and not dating, I would have been a better person myself.
Absolutely.
I would have met a better person. I'm not saying I was never going to meet someone who's cheating or whatsoever, but I believe that probably I would have met better people who are going to teach me about dating, because right now I'm a pro in dating. I just know how to date a woman, brother. I just know how to set boundaries.
Do you think that relationship broke your life? Your career, your self-worth, your understanding of who you are, it just completely destroyed your existence?
Brother, there's what we call it, a gap year after matric. That relationship gave me a lot of gap years, when I could have been focusing on my career.
On building.
I was
establishing a name.
Brother, every day I would wake up and go to the internet. How to make your girlfriend chase you, and then you listen to these coaches. Work on yourself, find a job, and don't give her too much attention. I was focusing too much on how to make her happy, and it was working for some time. But I also realized that you can never change a person who's a cheater. Like, for her, to me, she was a serial cheater, and there was nothing I could have done. I think for me, we met at the wrong time. Probably we were supposed to meet later, but I doubt. But just going back to your question, yes, it did stop me from achieving my goals. It did stop my life, like, completely. I lost my family. I lost my mom's relationship. I lost my friends' relationships. I fought with my friends because they were trying to tell me, hey, defend her and stuff. And it's funny. I once found Ipega Minangedwa in her room, and then I asked her about it.
That's Muti.
I asked her about it, and then what's going on? Guess what she said to me? She said, no, it's not for you. And I did believe it when she said it to me, because at that time she wasn't focusing on me. She was focusing on a guy she was dating at work. I did believe it wasn't for me, because if it was for me, she was definitely going to focus on me. Nobody wants to give you idliso.
Only to neglect you.
Yeah. I did believe what she said to me. So yes, the relationship stopped my life. But I'm not going to say it didn't bring any positivity, And also, I'm not going to say I was perfect myself, I had my flaws. She mentioned that, Yes, I was always shouting at her. Sometimes I would insult her. I didn't realize this, but it's something that she said. I take accountability of those things, and I still want to apologize, not in front of her face, but because now we are talking about it, to say I'm really, really sorry for the way that I've treated you on my side, because I was in pain. You didn't deserve the way I was talking to you, the way I was shouting at you. I guess as a man, I should have been more polite, even with the pain that I was going through, you know. Secondly, when I say she did change my life, when we first started dating, I wasn't working. She's the one who made sure that I get a job, you know. I started working, I started buying my things, my gym stuff, my clothes.
Yeah.
I was able to go out, and see what's happening out there. So I still appreciate her for that.
Yeah.
Again, the family was very welcoming. The whole family loves me. The kids, they are very fond of me. I guess I'm that guy who never really had that family support, but because of her family, I got to experience what it feels like to be around the family. I was that boyfriend who would be within her family when they are like together, and they still count me as one of them. It's something that I really, really appreciate about her. Again, she's very smart. She's very smart. She's very intelligent. The last thing that I wanted to do for her was to support her through her graduation for LLB, and I did support her. I did help her choose the outfit for the graduation. I did buy her the shoes for the graduation, and also I wanted to be there when she gets the job, because I always knew that if she gets the job, she'll definitely forget about me. So my job was to make sure that, let me leave you at a better space. I know you broke me. I know you didn't care about where I am, like as a person, like emotionally. So this is what I'm gonna do for you. I'll support you with your LLB, because even when we met, it was like, you're gonna become a lawyer, and I'm gonna become an actor, So I'm gonna support you with everything. I'll be there through thick and thin, whether you go to school and everything. And I did that. Graduations, I made sure everything was covered. She got the job, I was there. I only took my distance when, she got a job, when she graduated, because I knew she was going to forget about me. And she doesn't talk to me. And I know it's because of employment.
Last but not least, in 30 seconds, what's that one thing, that advice that you'd give a man who has relinquished their own self-worth for a relationship right now, and they are still in that relationship? What should they do?
Good question. My advice would be, avoid relationships if you haven't figured out your finances, honestly. Relationship requires a lot. As much as I say it requires time, energy, and emotions, the relationship of now compared to when our parents were dating, two different things. When our parents were dating, they would wait by the corner. You come, they, kiss, then they go together, then that's it. But today, you have to take the girl on dates. You have to take the girl on travelings. You have to, give girlfriend allowance, the nails, the makeup, the hair. There's a lot that is involved in dating. So I would say focus on your career. Work yourself up, man. Make sure you are successful, and the right person will come to you, man. I think that is the position that I'm in currently, whereby I'm working on myself, and girls are just coming in numbers, and I'm just choosing the one that I want, and that's probably where I want to head. I don't want to be a guy who's focusing and on multiple girls at the same time. I still believe in love. I still believe in stability, both in finances, in relationships, and also in family, because I always wanted to get married at the age of 30, and now I'm at that age, and that didn't happen, but I'm willing to give love a chance. So just to continue and answering your question, don't date if your finances are not okay. Figure out your finances, then you will go for relationship.
Simphiwe Jack Mabaso, thank you so much for coming to the show. I wish you the best in your journey with building your career as an actor. You were on Shaga Ilembe. I hope to see you on many other more productions. It's been a privilege for you to share your story. You've been so vulnerable, something that men are scared to do. And on this platform, we hope that the community shows you the love that you deserve and shows you that it is valid as a man to express hurt. It is valid as a man to show that what I've gone through is not nice. And it's not only women who go through pain. There are women out there who aren't good to men as well. And thank you for being a light to those men who are going to be able to relate to your story.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's been a privilege to be here.
The show is Engineer Your Life, and I'm Lungelo KM. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to always choose yourself no matter what. I'll see you guys in the next episode.
Kholwa emandleni onawo.
Oh my, we're finally doing this. What does EYL Africa represent? It's about standing in your power. It's about, in isiZulu, it's Kholwa emandleni onawo, which is our tagline. You will see it on the back of my t-shirts. It's about believing in the power that you have, believing in the power that your God, your guides have invested in you. Shop our socks, shop our t-shirt, and yeah, just keep believing in yourself. EYL Africa.
Now available on EYLshop.Africa.